I've owned a real estate media company for 10 years now, and I want to share with you guys my insights on where I think the industry is headed. Now, before I continue this video, I want to tell you right off the bat that I'm not going to sell you anything at the end of this video. I just genuinely believe that if you're in the real estate media industry or you're just getting started, this video is going to be worth a watch because it might dictate what the next 5 years looks like for you. I've been thinking about these things a lot because I'm almost confident in the next 5 years that some app is going to drop on the iPhone that completely replaces real estate photographers as a whole. And I think most agents or most real estate professionals are going to get all the listing photos that they need from this app. Now, the reason that I'm saying that I think an app is going to drop that does this is because I've been using Cubicasa for a while now, and it's just insane how good it's gotten. For those of you who don't know, Cubicasa is an app for floor plans where you basically walk around the whole home with your iPhone and it records a video using LiDAR and it creates a 2D floor plan from that. It can even do a 3D rendering at this point. And honestly, it's just gotten so good. And with AI coming out, I'm sure very soon a similar app is going to drop but for listing photos. Now, that being said, I think we should be a little bit smarter and I think we should be a little bit more strategic on where we put all our energy. So for myself, I am basically transitioning my whole company from just a real estate photography slash video company into a real estate media company. Now, it might sound a little bit silly, but I'll share with you guys what the nuance is and why it's going to make a big difference. So, first things first, I don't want to have to probably shouldn't have to explain to you by now, like why it's a horrible idea having a photo only business. Not only are you going to be replaced in the next 5 years, I genuinely think that the margins are so low and it's kind of an exhausting lifestyle, especially if you want to make 10K plus per month. And if you don't, then I think it's great until you get replaced. But I really don't think you should do that. I think you should focus, put most of your eggs in the video basket. And I even think you should put more of your eggs into the marketing and branding basket. But we'll talk about that more in a little bit. I want to make the argument of why I think you should go all in on video right now. So, the CEO of Instagram basically came out a while back and was like, hey guys, most photos do not get pushed out to a new audience when you post on Instagram. Most pretty much it's becoming a video dominant platform, meaning reels, aka videos, are the only thing that's really going to get you a newer audience. Now, obviously, if you're posting photos in a carousel format, that's a little bit different, but primarily reels are where it's at. So, there's another thing happening at the same exact time. People are getting very sick of short form junk content, and reels and aka short form content aren't really working like they used to, especially when it comes to real estate. And I have an inside look at this because I own a real estate media company. And I'm assuming if you're watching this video too, you know what I'm talking about. But people are getting really sick of these videos that are like um, heavily focused on like AI transitions and crazy like speed ramping and all that shit. At this point, everyone's kind of like, all right, chill out. I just want to see the house. Right. But it's not that they only want to see the house, they want the house to be presented to them. So, where I think the market is shifting towards and where I think it's shifting towards is more of like this medium form content, right? Where listing videos aren't really just these like crazy speed ramps. They're more of like all back to the OG style, which is like a listing presentation, like a 2 minute video of the house that's a little bit cinematic with a voiceover giving like really intense detail about the home. I'm talking like school district, what the countertops are made out of, when the house was built, all this information. People really like that kind of content. How does this pertain to you? So now that you know that like the junk, real social media bullshit videos are kind of going out the door, you can leverage yourself as this person who can create the content that actually offers value, which is what I've been doing. So I've been working with a handful of realtors now, and obviously I have way more that hire me for listing photos and videos. But when it comes to brand strategy and stuff, I have like a handful that hire me on a monthly retainer. And what I've been working with them on is actually getting them leads from their content. And it's not through paid ads because paid ads are super expensive, but it's actually just been through focusing on the strategy I just shared with you, which is like creating content that offers value to their target audience. I hope I'm not losing you, but It's like so many thoughts, and I really hope I'm not rambling here. But what I mean by that is like instead of trying to go viral and create these like crazy AI viral effects on social media, we'll create a listing video or like a information based video or like a podcast style or talking head, any kind of video with a lot of like location tag. So we'll talk about local things, right? Because the reason we do that is a realtor is basically working with people who are local. So for their profile and their content, we want to attract people who are local. It doesn't really matter if they go viral if none of the people live next to them. For realtors, what I've been finding is like if you focus all on making content that attracts people locally, then their business is going to grow and they're going to get way more leads. The way you do that is by creating voiceovers in your listing videos, creating value-based content, talking to buyers about the specific market that they're in or sellers, so on and so forth. I'll go more into that later. So if you know all this information and you're focusing way more on video, then I think you will be safe in the next 5 years when this app comes to replace real estate photographers. I think you need to leverage yourself as somebody who knows how branding and marketing works. So that's why I said earlier that you should put some more of your eggs in the video basket and then put most of your eggs in the branding, strategy, marketing basket. Let's say you're just starting out, which is a question somebody asked me on my Reddit post that I made about this. And they were like, well, how would I basically get newer clients if I'm just starting out? And it's kind of like any business, right? What you want to do when you're newer is you just keep your pricing pretty low. You're basically asking people to take a little bit of a bet on you. And when you keep your pricing super low, you'll get it's way easier for somebody to hire you. And then what you need to do as soon as somebody hires you is just double or triple down and just offer them as much value as possible. Just start learning about how branding and marketing works. And then you're just going to get good over time. As you get good, people are going to start seeing more results. They're going to start seeing more leads. And then you're going to be able to use those people as testimonials, and basically you have yourself a marketing or a media company. Um, yeah, I know I talked a lot in this video. There's like a million thoughts going through my head at once because I'm like, it's so much information. And I'm not trying to scare you or I'm not trying to like throw you off, but I definitely think you should focus way more on building a media company in the next 5 years than trying to build a real estate photography company, because I think real estate photography is dying. And yeah, I'm a huge believer that you should always be looking for the best way to offer people value. And what value really means is that it's beneficial to them or their business, right? If there's a million other real estate photographers that are doing the same exact kind of photos and they're all sending their photos to Vietnam or overseas for editing, they're coming back looking exactly the same. The only way to win that battle with all those other photographers is if you're a better communicator, you're more available, or you're the cheapest. And that's a very like, I mean, it's a basically you're fighting for like pennies at that point. I think if you really want to be like set yourself up for success, I think building a brand as somebody who's really good at building brands is a safe way to go. Now, that's what I've been doing. I've been noticing a lot more like results. I've been happier. I've been like way less stressed, I think. I don't think the stress ever goes. But yeah, bro, it's just working and I'm seeing positive results for myself and my clients. If you guys have any more questions, just let me know. I hope I didn't ramble. I'll talk to you later. Peace.